So I wanted to introduce today. This is Travis. He is one of the clients that we worked with this year. As he was training for marathon, and we were sponsoring Travis with some of the therapies that we offer here at Valley Vital Medicine, and so we really enjoyed our time with you this spring here,
I
Travis, in the
appreciate
last
it.
couple months, and been fun to get to know you a little bit and. Also your goals, and you really have a pretty cool story of the transformation that you've had in the last several years. So if you don't mind, share with us a little bit as far as like what got you started with running. Why do you run to begin with, and what drives you to kind of keep on going?
Yeah. Well, I started running, picked up running again a little over 2 years ago, just to start losing some weight. Signed up for a 5K, and after that, it was let's see how far we can go up, and how far we go after that, and after that, and within a year, my wife and I were doing half marathons, and then kept saying and never do a full. I can't imagine doing another 13.1, and then 2 months later, here we are doing fulls and keeping signing up, and it's addicting. And then you see the lifestyle changes, and it's fun.
Yeah. So remind me, what was your goal as far as weight loss was the reason for your original starting to run.
Correct.
Is that right? So
Yeah.
how much weight have you lost?
I've lost about 95 pounds in
That's
the last
incredible.
2 years.
And how do you feel?
Feel great. Feel great.
Yeah,
Just daily activities, just little things you don't even notice.
it's incredible. I mean, how many people that we see on a daily basis are that 95, 100 pounds overweight, and you were able to really work on and reverse that through just running and training. And
Yep.
what any other particular changes that you made that helped you achieve that?
Diet changing, mainly portion control is my big thing. Like actually seeing, you think you're eating less and less, and until you start measuring it and seeing what a real portion is and what a real serving is.
Yep.
That can be pretty humbling on your plate.
Yeah. It can be. In diet, of course, is crucial, right? I mean, as much as you exercise, you really can't out exercise a bad diet, right? It definitely has to be a part of that. But of course, if you're running, how many miles a week would you say that you run?
30,
At this point?
40 right now.
30 to 40 miles a week. So I mean, if you're putting those kind of miles in, obviously that's going to help a lot. Right, as far as achieving goals and losing weight and all that stuff, because that's a lot of calories to be burning.
It is, and at that point you need to make sure you're getting all the correct nutrients, and the calories you're putting in are good calories to help you with the energy you need to accomplish those miles.
Yeah, 100%. So I mean, kudos to you, because it takes a lot of diligence. It takes a lot of time too.
A lot of time.
How does your wife feel about the amount of time that you're spending running?
She's all right with it. I wake up and I run before work, so I don't know if I could be able to do a lot of it after work. I get a few runs in after work a week, but she's a big supporter in that, and she's put in a lot of miles herself as well.
Yeah, well, it's good because family is super crucial.
It is.
And their support of the things that we do. So that's awesome. Super great. So of course we brought you in as one of our athletes here for this spring. So first of all, how did you hear about us, or how did it end up that you came to apply to be one of our sponsored athletes?
I saw a post on one of the local running pages on Facebook.
Oh,
that's how I first saw the ad, and I replied.
Yep, awesome. And so we had a few applicants, that applied to be part of our running team, but one of the things that we were excited about with you is just your passion and your story of the weight loss that you've achieved, and then of course you're a veteran as well.
Yes.
And so we appreciate that, appreciate your service. But then, like I said, it's been fun to kind of get to know you a little bit and watch you really strive towards your goals. So this was your first full marathon then,
Yes.
is that right?
First full.
So what would you say your experience was having done your first full marathon now?
Oh, very humbling experience. you can train and train and train, and I don't know, until you actually do it, you don't realize, one, the accomplishment of actually going through and doing it, or and what your body's going to do during that 26.2 miles. Because during training, you don't run 26.2, you run 20, 22 tops for risk of injury, and then you start tapering back down. So until you put in the full run, you don't know what your body's going to expect. I ran into some cramps at mile 18 and a half to 26, and we'll take care of those and get it taken care of for the next one.
There you go. So, so Travis finished, which is a huge accomplishment on its own. So you should be really proud of yourself for doing that.
Thank you.
Because that's a feat that not that many people actually accomplish.
Right.
So you should be really proud of yourself for that, and I know we're proud of you. Like you say, didn't quite reach your goals or what you're hoping for. Ended up being a little bit warmer of a day than what we've had here as far as our normal everyday, just for training and all that too. So I'm sure that was a little bit of a shock to the system. And,
yeah, it was.
So as you continue to train now, you're planning on doing the full marathon here at the Grandma's Marathon too, right?
Right, in June 17th.
Okay, that's coming up here quick.
Yeah, it is.
Excited about that? I feel like you're getting ready for that now?
Yeah, super excited. Just going to continue on the training and put in the miles and hopefully improve that time.
That's great.
From this last weekend.
Yeah. So as being one of our sponsored runners here, one of the things that we did is utilize just a bunch of the therapies that we offer here. So if you would, maybe you can just kind of walk us through a little bit of what you experienced, some of the different therapies, and maybe what benefits you saw from each of them, or which ones that you thought were most helpful for you.
Yeah, I mean, we did, like you said, numerous different types of therapies. We did the IV therapies, the ozone therapies, PEMF, the Provo shot, which was really beneficial. A month and a half ago, while training, I came across an injury, and that I believe that helped speed up the recovery time on that. What else did we do? All the IV therapies really helped with all the hydration and putting the extra amino acids back in my body to help with the recovery in between those long runs and the aches and pains, to be able to push through those long runs and extra miles and stay hydrated during the runs.
So so we utilized you got in our Hockett sauna too, right?
We did the Hockett as well.
What did you think of that?
I only did the Hockett the one time. It was a different experience. I really enjoyed it though.
Good. So PEMF. So that's it's a really super powerful modality. Actually, it seems fairly simple because you literally just lay on this mat and it kind of pulses and charges your cells. But anything in particular that you noticed from that therapy? After
doing the therapies, even hours after it, my body just felt looser. After doing like a run, like later on that evening, it felt like my joints were a little looser, not taking the impact of the concrete.
Okay. Good. And then you mentioned ozone therapy. Ozone is a pretty unique therapy that we offer here. Not a lot of other places around are offering that. So benefits of that, decreasing inflammation, helping oxygenate tissues, improving the recovery of your cells.
Right, pretty much everything that coincides with long distance running you'll need, it puts it back in there.
Yep, and then so also did some of our IV therapies. So some of our, I think we did some Natural Defense, which had some vitamin C in there, and then we also did our performance drip too.
Yep.
So tell me, you mentioned that you thought that helped a little bit more with some of your recovery and that kind of stuff. Something that you really noticed?
Yeah, definitely. With normal person, you have work, training, kids, everything going on. Sometimes it's hard to get all the nutrients you need without even, thinking about it and forcing yourself to get it, and it was nice to have that literally in a bag right to you.
Yep.
So you could, even on busy days, you make sure you got all the nutrients and everything your body needed to push through.
Good. So, how do you feel like the things that you did here affected your performance, affected your ability to be ready to kind of take on the marathon that you did?
I felt like doing a lot of the therapies really gave me the energy. Like I just said, after working, with our families, and sometimes it's hard to have the extra energy to put in a few extra miles. And I felt more energized. My body just felt more powerful to get through all that.
Awesome.
Yeah,
and that really is was our goal of, hey, in these next couple months, leading up to the marathon, how can we help support you and get you and keep you ready? You mentioned at one point had some knee pain, so we did a prolozone injection, and that's a really cool, really powerful tool, just with helping to take care of injuries in a fairly quick, short period of time.
right.
In addition to the PEMF, so I love those therapies. Had you not utilized the therapies that we did, how do you think that would have affected your ability to perform at the marathon?
I don't think I would have got as many miles in, especially on long weeks, not having the energy to get through. Even with the higher temps on the race day and having to deal with that, I mean, we stayed up, we were hydrated. I don't think I would have finished even as close as what I did without it.
Good. Yeah, awesome. Well, again, congratulations on finishing the marathon, and we're excited for you. We're going to be cheering you on for your next one coming up here in about a month.
Yeah.
That's a pretty impressive feat too. You're doing marathons back-to-back months.
Yeah.
So that's
doing a half marathon next weekend down in Iowa.
Okay. So a marathon,
Still
half
going.
marathon, full
Still
marathon.
going.
So yeah, really stacking it up. So we're proud of you for your diligence and for your dedication to what you're doing. Love to continue to stay in touch, and
Yeah, of course.
be of help to you as well as you continue to train and stuff too. So anything else that you would like to say as far as any feedback as far as the staff here at Valley Biomedicine, or just your experience here?
Oh, the staff has been super supportive and all along the way helpful. I would like to, if you haven't tried any of this stuff and you're an athlete or doing anything that requires high endurance or anything, definitely try this stuff out. You definitely will notice a difference.
Cool. I appreciate your time today, Travis.
Thank you,
Thanks
Trevor.
for coming in, and thanks for being a part of what we're trying to help people out here with, and helping people to accomplish. And
Of course.
like I said, it's been great to get to know you, and we appreciate what you're doing. So
Oh, thank you.
you bet, our pleasure. So if you or somebody who's an athlete who's trying to optimize their performance, and maybe just looking to gain that extra little bit of an edge, we offer a lot of different therapies here, between peptide therapies, ozone, other IV nutrition, PEMF, or Hockett saunas, and we would love to sit down with you and be able to help you find ways of just optimizing your health and your performance, and lay out a plan specifically for you. So please feel free to reach out to us here at Valley Biomedicine, and we'd love to be a part of your team. So thanks again, Travis.
Yeah, thank you.
Have a wonderful day, and we'll be cheering for you